up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Spider-Man Homecoming. Now this is the 16th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is also the second reboot of the Spider-Man film series. Now this time you have a new actor in the role of Peter Parker / Spider-Man, known as Tom Holland, because he made his debut in Captain America Civil War. He had a little small performance in that film, but this is his first full-fledged film as Spider-Man, and I think he does kind of play the role pretty good. Now, and as far as like the overall like style of the film, I like that it's kind of already established. We don't have to hear about like the origin of like how Peter got bit by the spider, like Uncle Ben being killed and so on and all that. We don't have to see like the goblins again. So I like that they kind of did that, but at the same time, I think that's what kind of makes the film kind of like flawed to a certain extent, because it's like it feels like it's too established. It's like already established, so you don't know like where this character or this person came from. But I mean, overall, it's still like a pretty good film, But I mean, that's like one of the flaws I had, with the film. Now, the antagonist of the film is Adrian Toomes, and he's played by Michael Keaton, and of course, he becomes like the Vulture. And I'm not mistaken, I think the Vulture was the first like super villain of Spider-Man in the comics. So I think it was kind of cool they gave him like respect. They finally gave him like an appearance in like a live-action Spider-Man film, which I think is kind of cool and awesome. Plus, I thought the look of the Vulture was kind of cool. Like whenever he's on screen, and everything, I thought like the scenes with him were like excellent. Like whenever he's like flying, and the stuff he can do, I thought was kind of cool and awesome. Plus, Michael Keaton's role when he's like Adrian Toomes, I think that was like excellent too as well, like his performance, and I think he really was like the standout performance of the film too as well. And it's kind of odd, interesting, being that he's actually played Batman before, like in Batman and Batman Returns. So it's kind of interesting that that he's actually now in a Spider-Man film, So I thought it was kind of cool, Now one of the things about the film, it actually is dealing with like Peter Parker's like teenage years, like when he's like in high school. Now I know that Tobey Maguire films, even like the Andrew Garfield films, they kind of touched on that too, but you get like a real strong look at him when he's actually still like kind of like in his teen years. So that kind of throws it off a little bit, but it still is okay. It kind of makes the film like very like lighthearted, but it's still like hard, like hard on like the action and like an effects and so on. Even some of the language that they use in the film as well, it still is like kind of aimed at a more mature crowd, but it does have like a lighthearted feel to it. But anyway, of course, have Peter Parker, like Spider-Man, and he's actually having dealings with like Tony Stark, who's actually like fashioning him to actually join the Avengers in the end, So Peter Parker, he has to do certain things, to actually and it's things that Tony Stark don't want him to do, like he doesn't want him to go and take on like super villains and so on like that. But of course, Peter Parker does when he have to, So him and Tony Stark, they get into like conflicts at times when stuff like this happen. And there's points when like he actually needs help, and Iron Man like shows up, and saves the day, which provides like some like awesome and cool moments, Now like the point of the film is Peter, he himself, he actually take on his new villain known as the Vulture, and again, who was played by Michael Keaton, So the Vulture, he actually wants to actually take like these like weapons, which were I think like salvaged from like the Avengers, like the battle they had, like I think in New York, if I'm not mistaken. He wants to take like the weapons from that, like parts from that, and sell it as weapons on the black market. So of course, like Peter has to stop that way, Spider-Man has to stop him from doing that. Now that's kind of confusing to me to a certain extent, because they don't really like stress and they don't really go into detail about what he was doing. But I guess it's like worthy enough for him to be like a villain, Plus you have like another side villain too along as well. Sharker, played by Bokeem Woodbine, you have him in here as well too. And I thought that was kind of cool that he actually had like his clothes, the Sharker actually wear like that yellow like with the stripe things on, you actually see that on his arm, and I thought that was kind of cool. But like as far as like Bokeem Woodbine's performance, I thought it was kind of it was kind of like flat and kind of like laid back, it felt like it didn't really fit the film, but it was still okay, it was kind of cool seeing like another Spider-Man villain in this film, but not in full-fledged form, but he's there, he might show up in like future films as well. I guess you could say another big part of the film is the love interest of like Peter Parker, known as Liz, and I wasn't really too familiar with her like in the comics, but she's played by Laura Harrier, and I thought she did pretty like good in her role, and you have other like roles like Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. Now her role, it seemed kind of, I don't think it was kind of on par with like how Sally Field did it. I do like the younger version of Aunt May instead of her being like very old. I do think it's kind of cool that they're going like with like a younger version of her. I think her role, it was kind of decent, it's kind of like funny and stuff. It kind of fit the film, you have other people, like I think John Farrar, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he returns too, as like Tony Stark's like right hand man, he's back in the film too. And they have John, he returns as Harold Happy Hogan. You have Zendaya as Michelle. I'm not going to touch on who Michelle is, but it's kind of revealed towards the end of the film who she's there, who I believe she is. He touch on it's like it's so obvious who that was. Then you have Donald Glover as Aaron Davis. Now his role is kind of small, but it kind of is like it kind of connects to what's going on in the film, itself. Now overall, I thought this was I felt like it was kind of let down at times. But I still thought I would still recommend it for like Spider-Man fans like me too as well, like that's my second favorite superhero after Batman. So I would definitely recommend it for like the Spider-Fan crowds. You also get stuck a cameo appearance from Stan Lee again, which is kind of funny, this time, because this time he's like yelling at the window at Spider-Man. I thought that was kind of funny. Now, I thought Spider-Man's suit, now to me this probably was like the best part of the film other than like the Vulture, Michael Keaton. It's like his suit itself is like so awesome, like he can like shoot different forms of like webbing. You can shoot like rapid webbing. His suit has like a voice in it which he names Karen, and the voice is provided by Jennifer Connelly. So I thought that was kind of cool because it's similar to like Tony Stark's suit, Iron Man. Oh yeah, he's played by Robert Downey Jr. again too as well. But it has a voice in it just like that. Plus like the vision that when he's like Spider-Man's looking, he can like look and see like the heat vision of people, like the enemies and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of awesome and cool. Like the suit itself, it has like lights on it. It can absorb his skin. He has like wings on it where he can like glide even like a parachute. So I thought all that was like awesome. I really like how they did the suit this time. This probably was like the best suit they ever had like in a Spider-Man film. And like another thing too, I thought was Tom Holland. I thought he did a good job as like Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And I was kind of admired like his athleticism too as well, like the way he can like move around and flip and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of cool the way he did that. Now overall, I thought this film I thought the visuals for this film weren't really too great. They could have done like a better job with the visual effects. Because there was moments where you could tell that it was so obvious that Spider-Man was like CGI. Now I saw this in 3D and IMAX, but you could really tell that it was like CGI type effects, so I thought they could have done better, 'cause I thought the other Spider-Man films they did, I thought they were kind of better, like the CGI, and this one probably was on par with the first Spider-Man film from 2002. I think it kind of was on par with that. I mean, it still looked cool, but I mean, it still was, you could tell it was like CGI, but it did have some explosive scenes in the film too, like when Spider-Man had to save like the ship. I thought that moment was like one of the best scenes like in the film, like the action sequence itself. Then Iron Man shows up, and he does have like a lot of screen time, like Robert Downey Jr. and stuff like that. But this is still really a Spider-Man film in general. But overall, and it does have like tons of Easter eggs, even after the end credits. Like when there's like end credits, they have like Easter eggs popping up and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna spoil it for people who want to see for themselves what happens. And another standout performance in the film is the role of Ned, who is played by Jacob Batalon. I think he's like an Asian guy, and he's like Peter Parker's best friend. He even knows about his secret identity as Spider-Man too as well. So I thought that was kind of cool too that they had that in there, as well. And he's always there to help him like with his suit, to put that together, like the gadgets and all that kind of stuff to help him basically, or whatever. So I thought that was kind of cool, interesting. And Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm giving this a B minus. And like I say, I recommend it for like Spider-Man fans or like Marvel fans, in general, I recommend it for that crowd. And that's my review for this film. And please subscribe and leave a comment too as well.